This 1971 Ariens sno-thro is completely torn down and almost ready for sandblasting. But we need to get all the grease off of it first. These are all the parts that we're gonna be degreasing: the chute, the auger assembly, the augers themselves, the entire bucket, the wheels, as well as things like this belt cover, these control levers and mechanisms here. Hey guys and gals, welcome to Garage Gear. I'm JB. Now we're gonna clean this up with one of my favorite degreasers of all time. Super Clean. I've used this to clean countless things around my garage, my house, mowers, assorted parts. I even did a video a while back cleaning underneath my hood with this. It did a fantastic job. I'll have that video linked down below in the description. And they were happy to help me out and sent me a bunch of cans of their Super Clean aerosol degreaser. So big thank you to them, and I'll have more information on their products linked down below as well. Now when you use something like Super Clean, it's best to spray it and then let it sit for a short amount of time and then agitate it with some kind of brush. I have a few I'll be using here. This is more of a soft bristle nylon. This is a very hard bristle nylon. And then this brush is great for getting into corners and crevices. This is actually used for cleaning the wheels on your car. It's got a fairly stiff nylon to it. And this here is called a lug nut brush. And this is great for getting into really fine areas, tight corners and crevices. So areas like that, we'll definitely be using something like this. It's also a great idea to wear protective gloves and protective eyewear and help clean up this video with the YouTube algorithm. Would you mind hitting that like button? Thank you. I also have the pressure washer ready, so if you're ready, I'm ready. Let's go super clean this snowblower. Check this out. This is the first Garage Gear shirt. This is an OG shirt right here. This one is the original, and you can see because it's so faded right here. So I'm wearing my grungiest clothes, ladies and gentlemen, because this is gonna get messy. So the procedure for this is really quite simple. I'm gonna start with this belly pan here because this is really probably one of the dirtiest items on this entire snowblower. So we're gonna begin by just coating this whole gal with some Super Clean. You don't wanna let it dry on the surface, but we're gonna let it sit for about a minute or so. You can see it's already breaking stuff down. It's dissolving all that grease really nicely. I'm gonna take my brush, wet it down a little bit. Then you can see our panel's already dripping. We're just gonna gently agitate. This stuff was pretty caked on. Let's see how we did in just one pass here. Well, that looks a heck of a lot better, doesn't it? That's the Ariens orange we've been looking for.
Ew, this is gross.
This is the worst part of the snowblower.
Do you need a toothbrush? Do you need a toothbrush? You might need a toothbrush though to get in there.
Then go get me a toothbrush. I think I need a toothbrush. I think I need a toothbrush. I'm gonna wreck that toothbrush in about 2 seconds. So, how did we do? Well, after about 90 minutes worth of cleaning, here's the results. I was able to get about 98% of all the grease off of this snowblower. Some of it being 50 years old, hardened itself right on and will need to be sandblasted off. And check out these brushes. These things are greasier than a fast food napkin at midnight. Ugh! This one probably took it the worst because I was just wedging this into places you shouldn't have been. Oh. Ugh, just nasty, every single one of them. This was gray before, it's all brown, and I was coating these in Super Clean, it wouldn't come clean. That's how greasy these are. So these are pretty much cooked. It's cool. I need to get some new ones anyways. I ended up using about 4 cans worth of Super Clean to fully degrease this entire snowblower. All the parts are now clean. Cleaner than Mr. Clean at a soap convention. You know it. And at this point, we're ready for sandblasting and all the parts are already there, except for the transmission housing. Now this was a huge piece that I really wanted to have done, but the gentleman at the sandblasting facility said he couldn't do it because he didn't want to risk getting sand blasted into all these open holes here on the top, and then the ones here along the side and here on the open end on this side. Now, I personally don't know much about sandblasting. Never done it, but I decided to pack this with some super thick paper and some cardboard underneath to really protect that whole drive system inside this transmission housing. The gentleman over at Radiant Powder Coating, where I'm having all this sandblasted, he said, nope, I don't want to risk getting any sand inside those gears through those holes because it will destroy those gears over time. I said that's a good plan because I don't want to risk having to go ahead and repair all that. It's a lot of work to take all that stuff out anyways. So my plan is just to fully sand this down myself. Here's what we'll be using. The wire brush on the grinder should really tear off this finish fast, so that should make this a pretty quick job. Then we got the wheels, and the gentleman mentioned that if he were to use the sandblaster and get along the rim here on the outside and hit the tire, it would ruin the tire. Now, could I take these tires off? Yes, I could, but they're a huge pain to take off and then put back on. Plus, doing that repeatedly can ruin the bead around the inside of the tire. That's not a fight I'm willing to fight right now, and I had these tires installed at our auto tech program at the school that I work at. These tires are super stiff, and I burned about a good half hour just trying to get one side onto the rim itself. So I'm just gonna leave the tires on, sand these wheels down as best I can, repaint them, and we'll be good to go. So we're gonna handle these, and the rest is up to him. And if you're interested in checking out how this whole project got rolling, be sure to check out the videos linked down below in the description. For more cool garage gear content, click or tap the screen right here. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the garage.